Out of nowhere, our form has taken a nosedive, and suddenly things are not as straightforward as they were looking a few weeks ago. We still need points from our final 2 games. Let's go and kick some balls. Hello and welcome back to Rocking All Over the Globe, Part 56, Club 4, Coritiba here in Brazil. And just when things were looking like we were absolutely invincible, our form has taken an absolute nosedive over the last 4 weeks. And as you can see, we are still currently in 4th and we are 4 points clear of 5th place Internacional. And that means that from our last 2 games, we need to get at least 2 points. And so a win out of one of these last 2 games is absolutely essential. And today we will have 2 games. We will be playing against Botafogo, who are 15th in the league. I'd like to think that we can seal our place in the main Intercontinental Championship for next season with a victory over Botafogo, but nothing now seems to be set in stone, and we really are struggling for form. And then if that fails, we will have to go away to Palmeiras and look for the points at Palmeiras, who are sitting in 3rd in the table, a much, much tougher encounter. And so it is going to be a very nervy episode, and I really am not looking forward to these last 2 games. But before we go and look at what's happened both on and off the pitch, if you are brand new to the channel and you like FM content and you love to see people suffer playing this game, then I can tell you, you are definitely in the right place. So why not hit that subscribe button and click the bell so you will be updated when we upload future videos in the series. And while you're there, drop us a like, because it's likes and comments that will help the YouTube algorithm to push the video out to people who've not yet had a chance to view the channel. And so let's go and have a look at what has happened on the pitch since you were last with us. And when you were last with us, our form was absolutely delightful, and you saw us beating Corinthians at home by 1-0. But all fell apart after that, and we had a very poor 1-0 away defeat at Chueba, which was followed by a 2-2 draw at home to Fluminense. And then Cruzeiro, another 2-2 draw, and things were starting to look a little frail at this point. We played then against Internacional at home, and we actually beat them. Underdogs we were, and we beat them by 2-1. And then a poor performance away at Santos resulted in a 0-0 draw. And so our current form is very, very poor indeed, and we have to step it up now for these final 2 games. A look at the table shows that we are in 4th with 70 points, but in 5th are Internacional. They are 4 points behind us. That means that Internacional can get a total of 72, so we must get 3 points in order to be absolutely sure that we are going to qualify for the main intercontinental competition in South America for next season. But overall, given that we were expected to finish way down the table, and we have moved up a couple of places since the beginning of the season, and even now they expect us to finish in 14th, which is a bit odd considering that we are in 4th. There's no way we're going to finish in 14th, but you can see what a performance this season has been by this very young team. And if we just go and check in on how people have performed, there are a number of players who have played extremely well. And top of the pile is actually Kardec. He has got 10 goals and 7 assists in his 20 appearances, 12 off the bench. And that's followed by Riquelme, who has an average rating of 7.26, has 6 goals and 8 assists from left wing back. Cordova, who has had very few appearances, he's had 12 appearances, but has 9 assists from those 12 appearances, an average rating of 7.24. And everyone else below, it's been a very successful season. In terms of our top goal scorer, Perotti has come out on top, 43 appearances, 26 goals and 3 assists. He has an average rating of 7.07. And then, as I would expect someone at the top to be, Leandro Kumalo. He has 14 goals and 4 assists from his 38 appearances. He has an average rating of 7.04. Boschilla has 12 goals and Kardec has 10 goals. The top assists goes to Boschilla. He has 11 assists, followed closely by Atuesta from midfield, who has 10 assists. And then Cordova, 8, Haverton, 8, and Riquelme, 8 assists. It's been a fabulous season for Riquelme. a player who wasn't in my original plans, but he's forced his way into the first team, and he's had an extremely good season. And he's done much, much better than Cipriano, who we brought in to replace him, who has 33 appearances, 4 goals and 5 assists, an average rating of 6.8. So I guess I'm thinking about playing Riquelme today in what is a very, very important game. And so as we go and prepare for the game at home to Botafogo, if we win this game, we will guarantee ourselves a place in 4th spot. And that will be quite an outstanding season that we have had. But we have to win this game. We need 3 points. So I'm going to go and get the team ready. And we'll be right back just before the kickoff. We're going to get straight on with it. Let's go and kick some balls. And so here we go. 2 very, very big games coming up. And for game 1, the team is Rafael William in goal, with Jesus, Marcos and Mustafa at the back. Haverton, Atuesta, Max Alves and Riquelme at midfield, with Kardec, Boschilla and Perotti up front. They are much, much poorer in terms of their league position than we are. This is a game we ought to win. And I do believe that it is a team that's in form. We've picked the form players. We are favourites here for a reason, boys. Get out there, make a difference, and make me proud. Make the whole club proud. I think that is as much as I want to say before this game. And hopefully they're going to do the business. We're going to stay attacking. We're going to stay with the higher line. We're going to try and get at them very early on as Haverton looks to take the throw to Atuesta, finds Max Alves, who's dropped back into midfield. Marcos finds Mustafa to Marcos. We really need to put this poor run of form behind us as Alves looks a lovely pass over to Haverton. Can he find a cross? No, he can't, but it's coming back and there is a chance and it's fired off the crossbar. And is it going to be one of those days where we can't put the ball in the back of the net? We do have to keep an eye on Internacional and find out what they are doing. I'm not sure they're playing at this point in time, and that's not a good thing. We need to just focus on what we're doing, put this game to bed. And we have had all the play. We've had 73% of the possession. I'm going to demand more from this team. We need more from them. And we are totally dominating them. But unfortunately, even though we are attacking our socks off, we are still not able to put the ball in the back of the net. This is something that has happened. I'm guessing this little dip in form right at the end of the season has to do with endurance, and maybe more endurance training is necessary as we go into pre-season. But we don't really have a pre-season because we will be playing in the Perennos Cup, and that is a 12 or 13 game competition during pre-season. So this is not going to be easy managing their fitness. That's poor, but he's picked it back up again, and it comes out to Riquelme. Riquelme, one of our best players this season, finds Kardec, Riquelme, Mustafa into Boschilla, and he's put it past the post as well. So all these form players are not playing well. This is not what I was expecting, and we do have an injury to Perotti. We'll need to keep an eye on that. We've won the ball. It comes to Perotti. He looks for Boschilla, can he turn? He finds Anderson out to Marcos. Atuesta, Anderson Jesus has been a very good signing this year. As he finds Marcos finds Alves. Alves looks to turn. Finds Perotti. And excuse me, and Kardec whips it over the crossbar as I just got a little bit of a frog in my throat there. And up front, we are not playing very, very well at all, and I'm not really happy. Another draw is not what I want. I want us to put this poor team away, and we're not doing it, and I'm really confused as to what is going on. And I'm going to tell these boys, I'm far from pleased. Get out there and do your stuff. Perotti is injured. We are going to bring on Shatin if I can find Shatin here. And there he is. We're going to bring on Shatin for Perotti, who is injured. And hopefully we're going to do better in the second half. This is not acceptable. It's breaking my heart, this, after all the hard work that we have done. And suddenly we cannot get a win to save our lives. And although we will go 5 points clear now at this point, we are still struggling, because if we don't now win our last game against Palmeiras, we will be in trouble. And Boschilla has a corner, though. It's not done yet. Boschilla to the near post. It's headed clear. It comes to Mustafa, into Haverton, who again fires it over the crossbar. Every shot we have had seems to have gone over the bar. And I'm going to shout at them again. I'm going to berate them. This is not good enough. And we need to be getting the 3 points here. And it's time to make some changes. And so we have made some changes, but I'm not sure that this is going to be our day. It's not what I wanted. I'm really annoyed with this team. And we are possibly even going to lose the game now, because here is the one highlight for the opposition. And it's one of those games where you are FM'd, and we've had all the highlights, all the play, and they have had one shot, not a single highlight, but here's the goal. And can we intercept that? Raquelme intercepts it. Alves picks it up. And Raquelme finds Mustafa. Mustafa all the way back to William. William looks for Mustafa again. Mustafa, he looks for Oliveira, who's just come on, but that's a terrible pass. And as I said, this is the goal for the opposition. There's the pass inside, and a little chip over the top, and it's gone over the crossbar. And is that their one highlight that's not going to work out for them? But we are looking pretty poor, and we have for the last 5 games, and I don't understand it at all, how a team who are flying and just with a click of your fingers can just suddenly fall apart in the most absurd way. And however, Raquelme does have a chance. We're still attacking. Raquelme gets to the byline, looks inside. Oliveira looks to turn, finds Raquelme. Raquelme's robbed, needs to pick up the ball. He does. Can we get this one goal? We have been far better than the opposition. Comes out to Flamenco. Atuesta hits the crossbar. No, we're not going to get this one goal. We can now say for sure that is not going to happen. And we are going to draw this game yet again. I'm going to demand more from the team. This is not acceptable. Raquelme into the box. It's saved by the goalkeeper. It's another of our 10 or 12 highlights that have not gone in. Time to make my final changes. And so I have made my final change, and we've brought on Naldi. I can't believe this. We have been far better than the opposition. They have not been in the game. We have totally hammered them, and yet again we have not been able to put the game to bed. And we're going to go very attacking now for the last few minutes. Try to get this goal. It's not going to work, though. I've called it a long time ago, once we saw the original highlight. Is there one last chance? Into the near post, it's headed clear, comes out to Mustafa, and we've got a penalty, have we? And is this going to be a penalty save? I am so sceptical of FM. It is going to be a penalty at the 90th minute. This is the penalty that could take us in to the European style, championship style competition, the main competition. Shettin will take the penalty. And he's missed it, and I did say, is this the penalty that we are going to miss? And FM never ceases to not surprise me. It is so predictable, this game, and we have not got the result once again that we deserved. And I'm going to say you should have won that game. It was pathetic. But, I mean, unfortunately, it's not the player's fault. It's the game's fault. And, well, you can see that Internacional have 2 games in hand now. If they win both of those, then we have to beat Palmeiras. Maybe we'll beat the better team. Who knows what this game has got in store now. And, yes, revealing my fury, I was furious. So we come into the final game. I knew it was going down to the wire. I knew as soon as the game started we weren't going to win that game. Even called it as a penalty miss. So this game is very predictable, but sometimes it does the predictable of having you beat the better teams. I'll go and get the team ready, and we'll be right back for the next fixture. Let's go and kick some balls. And so the team for today, for the final game of the season, a game which I will call now, we are going to lose. William in goal, with Jesus, Marcos and Mustafa at the back. Pires, Naldi, Galarza, and Cipriano in midfield. Kumalo, Boschilla and Perotti will play up front. And I'm calling it now. This is a game that we are going to lose. And there's nothing I can do about it. And it doesn't matter who I pick or what team I put out there, what instructions I do. This game is going to be a defeat. Absolutely guaranteed. And the switch has been switched because a team that was scoring for fun 6 games ago now can't buy a win. And that is something that's very, very strange about the game and something that is really putting me off playing the game. And I actually got an admission to make that when I am playing off camera, I don't watch the games. I'm tired of the opposition only needing one highlight to win a game when we've had 10. And that imbalance in itself has really put me off watching any of the games. So I just do instant result when I'm off camera and just take whatever that happens to come up with, because I just do not want to watch these games. I think it is really silly what happens as Naldi has a free kick. It's got to the far post, cleared out, comes to Kamalo. Need a big game from somebody. Is that a penalty or is it? I think that one is going to be given outside the penalty area. And even if we get the penalty, we're probably going to miss it anyway, because that's how things are going. And yeah, that one is given outside the box. And we're going to get a free kick. Whether or not we'll see the highlight, yeah, we are going to see the highlight. It's Boschilla over the ball. And Boschilla, can he put it in from there? No, he can't. The goalkeeper has headed it away, and Naldi has now been taken out, but Naldi's the one who's going to get a foul given against him. We are once again the better team in terms of creating chances, but it means nothing. All that will matter is if they get a highlight or not. And if they get a highlight, if we haven't scored, we will lose. And again, another highlight, because Galarzo has a chance into the box and it's an own goal. And although we can't score, Cancelo, the former Manchester City boy, has put it into the back of his own net. But this is not over. This is nowhere near over. At the moment, we are perhaps the better team in terms of creating chances, but this is Palmeiras, and they are going to have one highlight or 2 highlights, and so that is what's going to make the difference. We are now up to 3rd, but I still don't believe it, because at the moment we cannot buy a win. And we do have another highlight. We've had about 6 highlights and scored once. We need to get another one. As Pires looks inside, finds Naldi. Naldi's given it away. And are they going to have a highlight? Are we going to intercept? No, here is their highlight. And this is a big worry, because they haven't had a highlight, remember, at all. They haven't had a shot on target or a shot on goal. And here they come. They are usually, the opposition are very clinical when they get near our penalty area. And they don't need much. And here's the chance. He's burst into space, and there it is. And it is a good save. And that's a good sign. But it does mean that if they have another highlight, they will definitely score. Set pieces don't count because they're just 50-50s. You never know what's going to happen with a set piece. We've defended it okay. It's come back to them. They are in space, and they have equalised. And there's the second highlight. And there's the goal. We've had about 7 highlights, and we've managed to score 1. They've had 2. They've scored 1. This imbalance has got to be corrected. And I stand by my call at the beginning of the game. We're not winning this. We are going to finish in 5th. I've become far too good at predicting this game. We're going to drop down now probably to 4th and eventually to 5th. I'm going to say I'm not happy with your performance out there. You've got to do better, but just to be different, because sometimes you've just got to be different. We're still in 4th, but Palmeiras have now dropped down to 5th. Palmeiras score, we go down to 5th. Remember that they've only had 1 highlight and a set piece and have scored. And we just keep piling highlights up here as Boschilla finds Anderson. And we've got the second. A wicked deflection. Now, does this mean that if we can hold on, then we've got a chance of finishing in the top 4? I don't know. I'm still standing by my original call that we are destined to finish in fifth. It might be, though, something that I did. My halftime team talk was not what the assistant wanted me to say. I told them I wasn't happy with their performance when he wanted me to tell them they were unlucky. Maybe that's all it's going to take. As we come up to the 60th minute, we have another highlight. Like, if we don't win this, there's something clearly wrong. We've been much the better team. Cipriano, and he's looking to score from wing back, but it's saved. Another highlight saved. We never see this very often for the opposition. What we do see with the opposition is if Manchester United, for example, are playing a promoted team who are not playing very well, and then they will have highlight after highlight after highlight before winning 2-0. But they never actually see, in when you are a good team, you don't see the same thing for you. What you see is the opposition being extremely clinical. And here they come again. They are going to have another highlight. And let's see what they're going to do with that. We do seem to have this one under control, though. Nice defending. But anything can go wrong with the ball being played out from the back as William takes his time. He's looking for support. Go long, go long. That's the best thing to do. See if we can pick up the second ball. We can't. And we're a little bit too deep to pick up that ball. Here's the ball in the box. There's the goal. There's the equaliser. And this is just about as ridiculous as I've ever seen anything in terms of football. Is it going to be disallowed? It'll be a great thing if it's disallowed. It means that they're struggling. It has been disallowed. I'm going to go and make some changes now because people are not playing very well. Ah, boy, this is why I don't watch the games anymore, because it is not realistic at all. We'll make the changes after this highlight. Got one or two players who are tired. Galzaro is tired. And I think probably I might actually change the shape a little bit. And here's another highlight, and they've hit the post, and this is really now a good sign because they've had 4 highlights and only scored once. And so we have made 4 of our changes, and maybe, just maybe, I've called this wrong, but I think it actually might have something to do with the team talk that I made at halftime, just to go against saying that they were playing well. There's another chance that we've wasted. Why do we never see this from the opposition? It only seems to happen for us. But at the moment, Palmeiras have gone out of the top 4. We are 3rd in the table. Flamengo have won the league a long time ago. I have one more change I need to make. Let's go and make that change now. And so we have brought off the best player we had on the pitch, Boschilla. We brought on Oliveira. Can we see this game out? Even a draw, I think, will be good enough. And so I don't mind if it goes to 2-2. I'd be unhappy that we have been unable to buy a victory for 6 weeks now. That's a bit annoying. But Alves is bringing it forward. He finds Oliveira, who's just come on for Bichella. I'm thinking actually of going to a strikerless formation in the next season. And finally, Flamenco has put the game to bed. We've beaten them. And I really do think it was because I told them at halftime that they were not playing very well, despite the fact it was 1-1, that I just decided against what the assistant said, and I really think that has made the difference. And it's something small like that that really can make a difference. And maybe I've got to try things like that much more often. We've been a far better team than the opposition. We're finally going to see this out, and the job is done. And we have qualified in the top 4. Is there going to be another goal? It wouldn't surprise me if they get a consolation here. But at the end of the day, we've won the match. And I think we probably do need to strengthen at centre-back for next season. We have 6 very, very good attacking mids. I think I'm going to go strikerless next season. We have done it. I'm not feeling great. I'm going to tell the players I'm proud of them. I'm not. But I don't feel great about how this came about. I think that the coding is wrong. The game has got this wrong. And if we look at what happened, we were probably the best team in the league, and then suddenly after Corinthians, we couldn't put the ball in the net, and that's something that really needs to be looked at. We've got through it. We finished in third, and I should be jumping up and down, but I'm not. And I do hope that FM25 is a huge improvement on this. I don't like it that I can't watch the games because of the imbalance of the highlights. That's it for this episode. I've got a busy transfer window to get through. If you are brand new to the channel and you like to see somebody suffer and complain, then you're definitely in the right place. So hit that subscribe button, click the bell, and you'll be updated when I upload future videos. And hit that like button, because likes and comments are what pushes the video out to people who've not yet had a chance to watch videos from the channel. There's no break here. I'm not going to say I'm going to go away and do the transfer window, because there's no break here. We'll be back in a fortnight when we start the cup competition. I believe that cup competition is called the Pyrenees Cup, which starts in a fortnight, I believe. So we'll be back very soon, and we'll do the transfer window as we go along. I have to strengthen in defence, I think. Attacking-wise, I'll probably go strikerless. All that remains to be said now is stay safe, take care. We'll see you in the next one.